Hello, this is Jazz from Spa Speakers. This is the second video of, I would say, is a two-part series on how to manage the spaspeakers.co.uk website. In the first video, I went through how to log into the administrative section of the website, which you see here. And if you haven't watched that video, definitely watch that one first, because I'm going to assume that you have in terms of what I say on this one. So in that first video, you will have learned how to enter this administrative part of the website. You'll also been told how to blog, how to create new blog posts, new pages, what the meaning behind a post and a page is, what's the differences, what's the distinction, how to create new users, how to add a featured image, how to schedule a post, what the significance of scheduling a post is, how to specify what kind of menu appears on a page or a post, and then also how to redesign the menu structure to make sure that the pages that you do add, should you add any, appear in the way that you intended. Also showed you how to add images and media into the posts, how to set headings, how to do categories and tags. So it's a very, very dense video, lots of information to absorb, but it's only like the tip of the iceberg as far as WordPress is concerned, because there is so much that the webmaster needs to be aware of in order to effectively do their job. So in this video, I think the first thing that I want to cover is the VPPR, or the webmaster, when they assume their role for the very first time, they are going to want to make sure that the website reflects the current leadership. So let's go to the website, and just to illustrate what I mean. When you load up the website for the first time, this is the main image, which shows an image of key members of the current committee. And you'll notice that there are some members that have since left, so Matt, Tim and John have all left the club in the period, so this is already out of date. Harriet, myself, Fiona, Matt and David, we're still on the committee, so it's a relatively accurate picture of the leadership, but it is out of date. So one of the first priorities that you will have as the promotional person of the club is to make sure a really high good quality image is shot of the current committee, and then it's added to this website in the right way. So how do you go about doing that? Well, the first step, and I would very much recommend that you do this, is don't take this picture on a normal phone camera. If somebody's got a DSR, one of those really fancy high resolution cameras with a really good lens, when we have our very first group committee meeting or handover meeting where everybody's going to be there, use that opportunity to take a really good photo. And use a really good camera too. And take more than one photo, maybe a few images, which may then be used for social media posting as well. A landscape setup in the fashion that this picture is taken is ideal. And you'll see here that there's also, because this is a slider, there's a bunch of other images too. These I would recommend that you consider updating as well during your term, because Spa Speakers is a club where we always got this fresh influx of new members, and there's always people who are no longer able to continue with the club. And the longer you leave taking a photo for these pages, for these sliders, the more out of date the website will be. The second really, really important point is the team picture. So this is the biography of all of the current serving committees. So at the moment it reflects myself and who's on the committee at the moment. Why is it so important? If I go to the dashboard and I look at what the most popular pages are in terms of views, the second most viewed page is actually the Meet the Committee page, this page. People genuinely want to know who is running the club, and it's a determinant as to whether they're interested in what we do. This needs to be accurate. So I want to make sure that you kind of know, that you kind of recognize the importance of that. Get those bios from the committee ASAP. So if you haven't done it already, email the incoming committee, get some bios, get some good quality pictures. Some of these pictures are obviously they're very handsome or very comely committee members, but we probably could do with having a fixed format in terms of the dimensions, so they all have the same size dimensions and they're all of a really high quality. Okay, let's go. In order to update this slider image or this set of slider images, it's actually kind of a convoluted process. It's not that straightforward. In the section that says appearance, you would go to the section which is customize. And when it loads up, sometimes this happens. I do occasionally get a really slow internet, so I want to apologize for that if that happens during this video. You'll see that this message comes up that says you are now customizing sparkspeakers.co.uk, and there's something here that says active theme, attitude child for landing pages. So when you have a WordPress page, you can, for want of a better turn of phrase, apply what's described as a theme, which gives your website a particular look and feel in terms of whether it has functionality for a slider, what fonts are used, what basic color scheme is used, how the menus and how the sidebars, how they are designed, whether it's got a landing page with a button on it or not. These are all constituent parts of the themes that you can use on a website. The one that we use is called Attitude. It's a free theme, and the fact that it's free means that we have to have the theme itself advertised at the bottom of our website. And it is cut down version, so if we paid, we'd obviously get some of the features that we'd love to have, but we are running, as ever, at Spark Speakers on a budget, so we use the free stuff everywhere. There's nothing that we spend money on in terms of the plugins or the theme or the website, except for the hosting and the domain name, which are inevitabilities. You cannot get away with not paying for those things. The first thing I want to signpost you to is Attitude Support. Theme instructions. I'm going to right click and open this up. It's really important that you familiarize yourself with this particular link, because it will show you how to configure various aspects of the website to make it look right, make it look good. And you'll see here there's a whole host of instructions, but the thing that I want to specifically talk about is the slider, the homepage slider. I'm going to click here, set up homepage slider, and it gives you some of the instructions I've already given you. Go to appearance, customize, featured post, page slider, slider options. So I'm going to hit back here and go to the section that it's just signposted me to. Slider options, post page slider thing. So let me just show you what's here. Slider option says, do I disable the slider? So there's no slider. We don't want to disable it because it's useful. Number of slides, 4. The transition effect, so there's a bunch of different transition effects that we've got, like a blind transition, but you could experiment with others, but I think this one is the best. How long each slide appears before it transfers onto the other one, and how long the transition takes. So is it a really quick instantaneous transition, or does it kind of take 1 unit of time as it currently does? So I'm not going to change any of those features for now. And I'm going to go to featured post page slider options. So this is where you actually can configure the images. And you'll think, oh, wait a second. How come it's got these really peculiar abstract codes here? These aren't images, are they? Well, the way that it works is the featured images on the pages, the various pages here, are used as the slider images. So let me illustrate the point. if I go to intro, so that's the intro page. So let me go to edit. That's probably, let's edit this page. Ooh, customize. Oh, how do I go to customize? How do I edit this? Having a blank moment here. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I've clearly forgotten how to do this. It's been such a period of time. If you go to pages, all pages, the first image that's used is the featured image on page 15. In pages, you'll see there is an ID for various pages: 1427, 1465, 1430. So what we're going to have to do is go back to slide 15, ID 15, and you can see, oh, there we are, 15. And that, if I edit that, if I open that up to edit, and I go to the featured image, you'll see the image that appears on the front screen of our website. The very first one, slide 15, as signposted here, 15, which is this one here. Just open it up. That is the featured image that you'll need to change in order for the home page, first image that's seen on the website, to be changed. So you would remove that featured image and then you would add a new one. So here's the first really significant thing that I need to really impress upon you. If you don't crop this image right to fit the dimensions of this slider here, it will look terrible. It will look awful. So you've got to get the dimensions right. What are the dimensions? Dimensions are listed here. We are using what's described as a wide layout. So the width in pixels of the image that you choose should be 1400. The height of the image, this is a really important point, is 460, if I recall correctly. Now let me just double check that. So I've just clicked the image and you can see 1400 by 459. So for whatever reason, one pixel was missed off this one, but the dimensions of this slider image should be 1400 by 460. Okay, so when you've taken your picture, crop it to the dimensions of 1400 by 460, upload it, and I showed you how to do that in a did I show you how to do that in the previous video? Maybe I didn't. What you would do is go to this section, upload files, select a file, find it on your computer, upload it. Once you've uploaded it, it will appear in your media library and then you can select it. Select it and then update the page, and what will happen is the slider will have a new front page image because you've updated the featured image on page 15. You would repeat this process for all of the pages which provide a featured image in order to refresh all of the images on the slider. Okay, not that straightforward, right? But that's just the way it works. The other thing that I wanted to cover with you was updating the bio page. So as I mentioned before, really important that we get that right. So the bio page, Let's find out where it is. Find us, get in touch. How much? What will I learn? Who are we? No, it's not who are we. It is meet the committee. So I think it's probably on the page before. Let's go back to that on the page list. So you can see there's actually 36 pages on our website, which is quite a lot. Meet the committee. Here we go. Click here and go to edit. Just close these for the time being. And what you can do is modify the text by just having the text that you've just received from the new president, just type that back in again, and then click on this image, click on edit. Oh, not on edit. I would say go to add media, and then whatever image you select, then it will replace, because I'd selected this image before, it will replace this image. So you would do that multiple times. Word of warning, this page is really finicky to get right. For some reason there's all sorts of formatting issues that arise when you add images to it, because we're using something called a block quote, and you can see it's pressed here. This block post creates this effect for each of the bios. It creates this blue line, this grey area, the image to the left, and this italicized text. So it's a nice, and then once the block post, this is the block post, then you would just add a header, and then you add another block post with the next bio, and so on and so forth. For whatever reason, this can be quite a finicky page to update, so just be warned about that. One thing that you should be aware of, because it is finicky, if you have any skill with HTML or basic kind of coding, you can go from this visual section to this text section, and you can see the web page in text format. And sometimes you can correct issues by, and again, you would probably need to have some HTML knowledge, by actually directly changing the code here. So I'm not going to go too much into detail with regards to that, but if you can do it, go to text and then start, changing the code directly, preview the changes to see if it's made the right impact, and once it's done, hit update and it'll be updated. Okay, so what else do I want to share with you? Just one moment, please. Oops. So you can see I'm uploading another video at this moment in time. I'm having a video day. We've talked about menus. I'm not going to talk about widgets. So you'll see on various web pages. Oops. We've got a bunch of widgets, they're called. So we've got to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. They're not appearing on my browser because I've got an ad blocker and cookie blocker on. But if let me just open this up on another web browser which doesn't have these privacy tools installed, and you'll see that these widgets, what they show. This is the home page. You'll see that there's the follow us on Instagram widget, there's the Twitter widget, and then there's also a follow us on Facebook widget too. Alrighty. If I go to some other pages, so that's the footer widget bar. We've got some side widgets, so plan your visit. We've got this reviews widget, and if I go to the members section, you'll see that there's again a different set of widgets. So there's this find out about pathways, this search icon, more for members, see our calendar, guide to meeting roles. So these are widgets that are appropriate for members as opposed to prospective members who are just interested in finding out about the club. So all of that stuff can be updated and changed around in the section under appearance called widgets. But I won't go into too much detail on that. It's just to let you know that that's where those bits of functionality are stored. So the footer head, which is where the social media stuff was. If I just open that out, the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the contact sidebar, which is on the prospective member pages. It's the plan the visit and a reviews widget, and then right sidebar for the members page. Find out about pathways. So what you can do is just modify and change some of that stuff. So just make sure that you understand that and get that right. We have something called plugins. So I talked about these added bits of functionality. If I open up the section for plugins, where did I go? Plugins. There we go. Went to the wrong section. And you'll see that here are a list of all the added features that we've plugged into the basic WordPress platform. Kind of a security plugin to stop people hacking our website. This plugin here is responsible for auto posting blog posts. If we have a period where nobody's posting anything onto our website, what auto post scheduler will do is it will find blog articles which have got the repost tag on it, and it will just go ahead and repost those. So we have to select carefully which blog articles are tagged with repost, because not every blog article should be reposted, because it's just something that should be left in the past. So we've got that 404 solution which redirects bad links to a page that exists. So that's an important plugin. The contact form, it's a plugin. Disable comments, so we don't want comments on our website because it's a big work to stop people from spamming our website with terrible comments. So rather than having to moderate, we just disable them all. A plugin to help us to duplicate posts quickly, which can be quite handy. If you're building or doing something to the website and you don't want the website to be live during that process, then this maintenance mode can actually disable general public from viewing our website while we're making changes. Flamingo, very useful auditing tool. It allows us to sort of see what inquiries have come into the website before they reach the email inbox. So it's great for problem solving. To see, okay, where if a message isn't being received by the membership website, membership inbox, is it because it wasn't properly picked up at the website end, or was there a problem in getting the message from the website to the membership inbox? So this is a great problem solving tool for that. Google Analytics dashboard, so you saw that here. It's this plugin that provides this functionality. Instagram widget, you saw that on the front page. JShort code, so this allows us to add some design elements. So definitely don't deactivate this. This is really useful. Jetpack for WordPress, so that provides us the sharing buttons at the bottom of the blog post, as well as providing these statistics on this side. So these are the Google statistics, and these are the Jetpack statistics. Menu per pages, so it allows us to have different menus for different parts of the website, and I showed you some of that before. We have members specific menus and non-members specific menus. This is an optimization, I won't talk about that. PHP compatibility, I won't talk about that. Press this, won't talk about that. Scheduled post trigger, I won't talk about that. But I can assure you that they're all very important. Send images to RSS. So this ensures that when a blog post is posted, when it's sent to a MailChimp inbox, the image appears as opposed to gets lost or gets distorted. So really important. Another shortcodes, so a design elements web functionality, really useful. Simple calendar, we don't use it at the moment, but it's worth leaving on there because we have used it in the past. Starbox, which creates the author box. More design stuff, very useful. Updraft, which creates a backup on a regular scheduled basis. So if something goes wrong with the website, we have a backup which we can use to restore the website to a functional state. Really, 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 really important, because if this website goes down, we lose our traffic that drives new members. So it's really important that you understand and make sure you know how to restore a website should the worst arise. Notification bar, so you may have noticed that we have, let's go to the website again, a notification bar which advertises something that's current and timely that we want our members to know about. So So you can see here, oh, we've got our belief workshop coming up. So that's a bit of functionality there. Reviews, Facebook review slider. Currently we're not using that. We're using this fastest cache that makes the website faster. Smush, which kind of shrinks images, so it uses up less internet bandwidth, very useful. WordPress to buffer, really important. When you post a new blog article, WordPress to buffer will automatically post a link to our blog article onto our Facebook, onto our Twitter, and onto our Instagram. So it just automates some of the social media side of things. Really, really important. Yet another related post plugin. So if I go to a blog, if it loads, you'll see at the bottom there is a section. Oh, wait a second. If I go to a blog article, rather, not to the blog page, but to a blog article. If I go to the bottom of that blog article, it will suggest some related posts. So, do you want to carry on reading? Do you want to find out more? That's what this plugin does. And Yoast SEO, again, another really important plugin, which gives us tools to help us make our website more findable on the big World Wide Web. That's all I'm going to talk about. I know that's been a complete brain dump, but I just wanted to signpost you to this landscape, and hopefully you'll build out your knowledge as you continue to get familiar with the website and do those things. Main message then, get those slider images sorted, get those bios sorted, make sure they're up to date at the very beginning of your term as an officer and as a committee, and then get to learn everything else as well. This is Jazz signing off. Apologies for the amount of detail that I provided, but I hope it's been useful. See you later.